Curriculum has so far been organized mostly for class teaching purposes. Class teaching is not free from defects. It has been found that there are wide differences in ability of individual pupils. Students differ in tastes, aptitudes, capacities, intelligence, interest, and experiences. The class teaching system neglects individual needs and interests. It subordinates the individual to the group. Understanding individual differences and the dealing suitably with their unique characteristics have become very important. The syllabus must help the teacher to meet this demand of emphasis on the individual. One teacher for one pupil is the ideal, or one syllabus for one pupil may be taken as the ultimate goal, but initial steps should be taken in this direction. It is the teacher's responsibility to give to the quicker, brighter people all that he can master and allow the slower or less intelligent people to proceed at his own speed. The dull may reach just at the minimum, while the bright may reach the maximum. He should get opportunities to use his ability to the maximum. Both will have to be led their different routes. One syllabus for one people is of course not practical, but the demand of individual teaching is considerably met by the arrangement of ability grouping. Here, the students are grouped in such a way that differences in the abilities within a particular group are reduced as far as possible. The grouping will necessitate some grouping of topics in the curriculum. The curriculum will slightly vary for different ability groups. The Dalton plan has got its roots in this very approach. The different techniques to make pupils of different abilities understand the same topic may be adopted. It would not be out of place to mention that class teaching has got its own merits which cannot be ignored outright. It helps the student to shake off their natural shyness and nervousness. Everybody is conscious of his dignity and remains alert and attentive in the classroom. Nobody likes to be in the background, therefore, he has to think and act quickly. When the class is engaged in work, individual help can also be given. General or common mistakes may be corrected collectively. It will save time. Rules and formulae can be discovered and developed in the class. The spirit of group work and the healthy competition may be created. In competition, there is always a stimulus for the students. They want to surpass one another. The individual mode has its own advantage. Everybody gets a fair chance of progress. The input and thoroughness of work increases since everybody feels keenly interested in his own work. The pupil becomes self-reliant. A teacher is looked upon a friend indeed, but there are also some disadvantages. When miss the opportunity of group or class exercise, that will be always in an unnecessary hasty and may acquire the tendency for superficial or show work. It will enacting for the teacher to attend the each and every individual separately. Organization of subject matter has to satisfy both the individual and class interests. Some differentiated assignment may be proposed for students of different levels of intelligence, etc. There must be some provision for individual and independent work for the aspiring learner. There may be some individual projects and some group projects related to same topic. Thus, curriculum has to devise a middle route so that it can be adopted on class as well as individual basis. It should at least uh, the meet